So we start?
Wait, mathematics does say. Now we begin.
Welcome everybody to 1320.
The coolest hangout for youth and teens and those
in
between.
Everywhere else, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
What's your name?
Oh, am I supposed to say the name every single time, like the first?
Yes, because there are people that are watching for the first time.
No, as in, am I always supposed to be the first guy to say
Okay, you want me to say the name first?
Okay, fine, I'll say it.
Okay.
For the sake of saying it.
Okay.
Hi. I'm Dr. John.
Oh my gosh! See, I knew you weren't gonna say it. The second you said fine, I'll say it. I knew you weren't gonna say it.
Okay, hello everybody. I'm Joseph Rafiki.
I am Keria Mudiara.
Yes, and this right here is
1320. I'm so used to it. So I was going to start here, and it's right here. 1320 Hangout.
Yes, and these
Yes.
lovely people are you guys.
Yeah. Watching us.
Hi, Chris.
Right there. Just watching us. We're not scared. We're fine.
We are.
We're very scared. Please help us. I know. Because this guy just like unhands his arms. Anyway. Yeah, so today is week 4 in our series Schemes. Specifically Satan Schemes. If you've been following us the last couple of episodes, then you're up to date. If not, feel free to go and watch the others and then come back to this one.
If you can.
If you can, yeah.
Because the guys watching at Raya TV probably
Oh yeah,
can't.
the guys watching on Raya TV can't. But if you're watching us online, then you can. So do that.
Wait. I've always wanted to do this. Which side am I sitting? Which side am I sitting? Which side of the
Which
screen
side?
am I sitting?
Which side of the screen are
Yeah.
you sitting? So you're sitting on this side.
It's not sitting on this side.
Yes, because it's flipped,
That
right?
doesn't make sense.
I don't know. So wait, which side of this? Oh yeah, so it's
Still,
flipped, yeah?
Still.
So you're sitting on this side.
Watch the videos in any of
That's what you
That's what I've always wanted to do. Like,
yeah, I
you
think
can
it
watch
works.
in
I think it
any
works.
of the- yeah.
I think you will be right where
Yes.
right where the card is gonna pop up. Anyway, if it doesn't, it'll just be really fun to see.
Anyway, what Subaru meant to say is welcome to week 4 of Satan Schemes. Hi.
You would know. You would know.
Hello.
Hi.
And today we are going to be talking about something that is very human. I know it's not like we've been talking about alien stuff, but we are going to be talking about something that happens to us every single time, although we don't notice it. And
Being hungry?
no,
Oh.
Satan schemes sweet sleep.
Satan schemes. Gold star.
There we go.
Very nice.
Mm.
So yeah, no. So today we're gonna be talking about the fact that like sometimes you just get really tired, out of nowhere, and you want to sleep, but then sometimes that happens in church when the pastor is preaching.
But time like praise and worship, you are full
You are
of
fine,
active.
and then the pastor starts preaching, and you're just like.
Battery low.
So yes, that's what we're gonna be talking about today, and you will sort of see how this is not like a new problem. It's something that's existed since the time of Jesus. Yeah, crazy, right?
There's nothing new under the sun
There's nothing new.
apart from the watcher.
Go away. So the story we're going to be reading from is Matthew chapter 26, verse 36 to 45.
Oh, that's very long.
And Rafiki will be reading for us.
I'm going to read from 39 to 41.
Like I decided, nope, I'm not.
Actually
doing
to
that.
45, because that's where the whole... Okay, the 36 to 39 part is like building towards the main.
Yeah.
Here's the main story. Jesus went out as usual to the Mount of Olives, and his disciples followed him. On reaching the place, he said to them, "Pray that you will not fall into temptation." He withdrew about a stone's throw beyond them, knelt down and prayed. Yes, that is Luke 22, right?
No.
What?
I was telling you.
the wrong part, and you're not telling me?
I was confused because it's the same story,
What?
but we're reading from two different places.
Okay.
Matthew chapter 26, which is
Yeah, I've seen it.
you've seen it, yeah.
Sumimasen. I have seen it. So, then Jesus went with his disciples to a place called Gethsemane.
Get some money.
And he said to them, "Sit here while I go over there and pray."
Okay.
That's nice. He took Peter and the two sons of Zebedee along with him, and he began to be sorrowful and troubled. That's not fun. Then he said to them, "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death." Hey, depression.
No.
"Stay here and keep watch with me." Going a little further, those who watch National Geographic, he fell with his face to the ground and prayed, "My Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will." Then he returned to his disciples and found them sleeping. Disappointment. "Couldn't you men keep watch with me for 1 hour?" he asked Peter, because he was like the firstborn. "Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation." Again, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. We use this as an excuse. He went away a second time and prayed, "My Father, if it is not possible for this cup to be taken away unless I drink it, may your will be done." When he came back, he again found them sleeping because their eyes were heavy. So they weren't actually sleepy, they just heavy eyes. So he left them and went away once more and prayed the third time, saying the same thing. Then he returned to his disciples and said to them, "Are you still sleeping and resting? Look, the hour has come, and the Son of Man is delivered into the hands of sinners." There we go. Yeah. The first one that I read was Luke 22, 39 to 41. Wow, have you actually realized that both of them go through 39 and 41?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. And it's 20 something?
I know.
Wow.
So that's kind of the story that we're drawing our examples from. Okay, so let's get into the first point, which is the disciples are tired and weary.
It happens.
Yeah,
But this one happened at the wrong time.
because it's not even necessarily like I wouldn't even say it's necessarily tiredness, because like tiredness hits you like a truck. Like there are times when you're just like walking around life and everything's great, and then just like truck hits you, right?
Isekai'd by sleep.
By like tiredness, but like weariness is like like it's a disposition. Like there are people that are just always weary, like
Okay,
always.
That's tough.
Like think about it. You know somebody that is always tired.
Even
Right.
after they wake up.
Exactly. Like there's just we all know somebody that is just constantly wanting to sleep, constantly like, oh, I don't really want to go.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
so much work. We all know someone like that, and if you don't, I have a surprise for you.
Yes.
I have a secret.
Same.
for you. Sorry.
What were you going to say? I also know something.
No, it was a joke of like, oh, like everybody has that one weird cousin, and if you don't know your weird cousin,
Then you are
the weird cousin. Exactly.
Okay.
So that's the surprise and secret.
Some of us have a shikamaru in our life. If you know shikamaru, you know that the guy is always tired. People are like defending their country and the guy is sleeping.
Yeah.
Because he can. There's always that one person who's tired. Instead of doing something meaningful, you just decide to.
Yeah, just sit back, relax, and listen to the syntax. Anyway, so
Matrix.
thank you. So that's, and like I feel like we all go through phases of weariness. I feel like yes, we all know that one person that's constantly weary, but I think we also all have just moments in time where it's just like for like a whole week you're just like, I really just don't want to be doing this. Like I just want to be asleep. I just want to be, and sometimes it's not even like you want to be asleep. You just want to be in bed, like watching something or yes.
You've reminded me of a thing I saw during the week.
Mm-hmm.
I always feel tired and feel like it's too much work to get out of my bed because I will still be doing nothing when I'm out of my bed. So I'd rather do nothing
in my
in my
bed.
bed. And
So
I
yeah,
thought of that. I'm like,
and
lazy. Anyway,
so yeah, and I think that a lot of times we let that wear, because there are times when yes you are tired and you need to rest, like absolutely, okay, absolutely. But if you slept 8 hours, if
then
you
you
slept
sleep
eight
again.
hours, and then like 4 hours into waking up you're like, I think I'm gonna go take a nap. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's actually a problem. So because your body takes everything that it needs. Again, if you've had, actually if it's 6 to 8 if you're an adult, it's 6 to 8 hours. Please don't be
68 hours?
6 to 8.
I always wanted to say that. Being in Madagascar too.
Yeah, please don't be putting your children to sleep for 6 hours. Their body is not going to function as it should, or as the best as it could. 6 to 8 hours is referring to adults. Yeah, and then teenagers it's 7 to 8 hours, and then children it's 8 to 10 hours. I'm not a child psychologist. I just know this because of experience.
The person who takes care of kids need pediatrician, right?
And the doctor that takes care of kids.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Then I was like, no, that's not right. That's something else.
I'm so sorry. I have a really ugly laugh. I will think about that later and laugh.
Okay.
But so yeah, so we all go through bouts of weariness, and a lot of times, again, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of times it's when we need to, like, how do I say this? A lot of times weariness comes right before the breakthrough. Because you've been doing all the work, right? You've been doing all the work to set up the breakthrough. You've laid the groundwork. You've laid the foundation.
Yeah.
What are you looking at? I'm not
The
actually
work.
building anything.
The groundwork, the foundation.
Let me do it here. You're laying the ground, like you've dug into the ground, you've laid the foundation, and then you've put like the structures that the house will be built upon and everything. You've laid the stone, so like it's a full house. And then when it comes time to painting, you're just like, yeah, no, can't be bothered. I'm tired. I'm exhausted.
I will do this tomorrow.
Exactly, I'll do this tomorrow. And so that's what it usually is, where you've done so much work up until this point that by the time your breakthrough is about to come, you're just like, nah, I'm exhausted, I'm tired of fighting, I'm tired of walking, I'm tired of digging, I'm tired of laying the stones. And because you rested, now your house belongs to someone else. Now someone else is painting your house and mowing the lawn and building a gate, because you allowed the breakthrough that was yours to just go, because you're weary. There was a worship service and you felt in your spirit you're supposed to attend, but then you thought, nah, I'm gonna go home and sleep. A breakthrough was waiting for you, or rather just God wanted to speak to you. And so a lot of times that's what the devil uses, because let me tell you, fear and like sleep, those are like the two things. Oh my gosh, the number of times people don't want to do things because they're afraid and or because they're tired, unlike anything else. And I think that's why so many millionaires are just like, listen, you gotta go for it, okay, just go for it. And then the other thing they tell you is like to sleep like 4 hours, which don't do that. Don't do that.
Actually, Jeff
No amount
Bezos
of money is
wakes
worth
up at 8.
Yeah, exactly. He's
Somebody
the
wakes
richest
up
man
at
on the planet.
5?
Yep. To make, I would say a quarter of what he makes, but literally no person on this planet that is like average makes a quarter of what he makes. So, but yeah, and I think that's why, is because people get tired right before the thing that they're waiting for comes through.
True.
You get weary right before the thing that you're waiting for comes through. And we will never know what could have happened to the disciples, what kind of spiritual, emotional, physical breakthrough would have come for them if they had stayed awake and prayed with Jesus. And I don't know, I'm one of those people that like chooses to be haunted by the things that I did rather than by the things I didn't do. Because at least, if you did it, then it's like, oh yeah, that's the consequence of what I did, great. But the things you didn't do,
What if?
things that you did do, crazy. So yes, that's point number one.
Two
They were
practical
tired
things.
and weary.
I have two practical things on
Yeah.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Number one is, you ever find that moment when you have like a test to study for and it's one day before the test,
And you just decide now.
and you're like, you open a certain page, you read like the first two
and
lines,
then you yawn.
then like, oh,
Yeah.
I've already studied like the past week, so let me not do this. Then the exam comes and you see a question
That
with
was for the chapter.
that same
yeah.
page that you are on,
Yeah.
but then you didn't study because you're like, oh, I did it before.
Mm.
The practical example number two, you remember that old Bonnie Moitege song?
What?
There's that old song, yeah, where he, okay, I don't remember the song itself, but it's like he's explaining that he can read the newspaper all through the political side to sports. When he touches the Bible, he sleeps. He can be at his friend's house the whole night.
Yep.
They're talking about movies, they're talking about stuff. When he goes to church, he sleeps.
For Akesha.
Yeah, not even Akesha, just like a
church.
2-hour service, he sleeps. And he's been awake like the previous week.
Yeah.
He's been awake throughout, and there's no problem. That's the thing that you're talking about here.
And I think that's what Jesus was frustrated with, because he didn't even say, oh, you couldn't stay up all night. He said you couldn't even stay up for an hour. Like, you couldn't make it past an hour.
In short, this show times 2.
Yeah.
And they couldn't.
And they couldn't hack it. Can you imagine listening to us for an hour? Please don't.
Please don't.
Please don't. So yeah, point number 2 is yours.
Point number 2. The disciples are weak in the flesh. They did not do enough bicep curls. They did not do a lot of cardio. They were weak in the flesh. Their diet was poor, only fish. Anyway, this is not what I like it means. This is not what it means, but it shows that okay, very practical or literal meaning of this is they did not have enough control over their body. That's what, because you can push through sleep. I know you can push through sleep. Don't say that, oh, if sleep comes, it comes. Let's say there's that one Netflix show that you've been waiting for, and it premieres at 11. You would wait till 11, though you sleep at 9.
And you watch the whole show.
Exactly. You'd actually binge the whole show. That's what I mean by the flesh is weak. The flesh is weak to do the right things. Why? Then you see that lady staring with all those math equations. I don't know, I'm seeing a lot of things right now. But in this situation is that they couldn't stay awake for 1 hour, because that 1 hour probably they would have received something. God knows what they would have.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we don't know.
And
we have no clue what
because
would have
they
happened.
didn't. Because they
didn't.
In our case, it's a bit okay. It's not that dramatic where if we sleep, somebody will be betrayed by. No, it's not that dramatic. But it's to a point where if we don't push through our wariness, we can miss something that would have been absolutely beneficial to us, or something that would change our lives forever. I've been trying my echo throughout this week. It still sucks.
I was about to congratulate you, and then you go, it still sucks.
It does.
It's like forever and ever and ever.
Okay, an echo works when it bounces
so
back.
So forever and ever and
yes.
ever and ever
yes.
and ever. Oh, I got you.
It doesn't like, it doesn't change
so it's like
pitch. It just changes.
It changes volume.
It changes volume, but not pitch.
When it as it bouncing back and forth.
But then combine it.
Smart people. Smart people.
Anyway, I think you're done.
They were weak in the flesh. Don't be weak in the flesh.
Go to the gym. 5 a.m. Eat your vegetable.
So that's the tea on that.
Yes.
That's the juice on that.
That's the
sleep 8 hours. Push through the weariness. And most importantly, rely on the Lord for strength.
Yes.
That's it. That is all. That is everything. Thank you so much for joining us.
Lean not on your own understanding. I
Lean not on your own.
every time I hear that verse, I just see somebody doing this on the wall. Then the wall up in medical understanding.
And then it was like a big circle and an X across.
Or even us like lean not on us. Then somebody walks like to the center of the frame, then does this. Like lean
No,
not
not.
on your own understanding. Anyway, thank you for watching.
13:20.
Yeah, this has been fun. It has been
It's been a
eye
wonderful
opening
episode.
for us, also for you guys, probably because right now you can be like, yeah, if I can wait for a Netflix show, I can pray for at least 30 minutes.
Exactly. Period.
Yeah.
So, you want to pray?
After eating my vegetables, of course, I should pray. These are hands, this is heads. Bow your heads for a word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this lovely afternoon that you've given unto us. I thank you for the gift of life that you've granted us this day. Us being here, Father, we do not take it for granted. And we know, Father, that you have planned something great that you're going to receive today. Maybe you have received it and you still don't know, or maybe it's yet to come. I pray, Father, that you may open our eyes, that you may give us understanding of all things that we have learned today and everything that you're going to show us during this week. And I pray, Father, that you're going to help us push through. You're going to give us strength to go even beyond what our body things can do. I pray, Jesus Christ, that you're going to help us in all that we do this week. May you guide us. For those who are not feeling well, I pray, Father, that you may stretch your healing hand upon them and that you may give them good strength to make sure of God. We thank you and we worship you, and in Jesus' name we pray, trusting and believing. Amen. Raton.
Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next week. Bye.
Jane.